I am so excited to be talking to you today about my upcoming travel. I'm wearing my cruise dress because I have a cruise coming up that I'm going to tell you all about. I have two cruises coming up I'm going to tell you all about. And also some more local travel that I'm excited to go on and share with you. Hey y'all, my name's Ashley, and this is All Bodies Travel, a channel dedicated to everything travel, everything from road trips to cruise ships, especially for those of us in larger bodies. Today, I just want to give you a little update about what's coming up for me and what you might expect to see on this channel in the coming months. I have travel planned-ish through the summer. I have a lot of great content that I want to do and to give to you and to share with you. So you can see the places that I go and the things that I get into when I travel solo or when I travel with my partner. My first trip is coming up later this month. I'm going solo to Colonial Williamsburg, and I will be there. I will be in Williamsburg, Virginia for 2 days. Day one, I'm going to Jamestown Settlement. I plan to drive in the morning, leave here probably about 6 or 7, and get there right at 9 as it opens. I hope it opens at 9. I need to check that. So I'll be spending the day at Jamestown Settlement the first day, and then spending the night in a Hampton Inn in Williamsburg, which I will definitely bring a review of because it's under $100, and it shocked me because it's so close to Colonial Williamsburg, and so I'm afraid it's going to be sketchy. We'll see what happens. And then day two, I'll be at Colonial Williamsburg, which my interest was piqued in visiting because of Sophia Nygaard's video that I'm going to link in the description box below. She went and she did like all kinds of stuff in Colonial Williamsburg. She got to dress up like they do there. And I will not be doing that. I will be staying in my regular street clothes. But one thing that I'm excited about for this trip is hopefully I'm going to be trying out 2 different chub rub solutions. Since I have 2 days in a row where I'm going to need some kind of protection on my thighs, I'm going to be using Body Glide on day one to see how well it works for preventing chub rub on my thighs. And then on day 2, I'm going to hopefully, if they get here in time, have Thigh Society slip shorts to try. I got the 9-inch length because they looked like they would probably cover all the areas I needed covered for walking around. And I tend to wear a lot of skirts, so slip shorts are a great product for me. But I wanted to see how they compared to the Body Glide in a head-to-head competition and see which one does better and keeps me more comfortable throughout the day. The Thigh Society shorts I ordered I got a pair of the standard version, which are a little less sheer, and then I got a pair of the cooling. I got 2 cooling versions because I got 15% off, so I went ahead and ordered 3 pairs. And I got 2 pairs for the cooling version because I always need to be cooled off, especially when I'm outside walking around and being active. Sometime in June, I plan on going to a small town near Charlotte called Kannapolis. It's actually home to a speedway, so there's a lot of like car history, NASCAR history there, which I will not be exploring. So if you're into that, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not interested. But there look like there's a lot of cool little shops and stuff there, and a cool little downtown area that I'm going to go explore. I chose Kannapolis because of a blog post that I read that I'll link in the description box below. It made it sound like a really cool place to go and visit. And the reason I'm going to a smaller town that's within, a couple of hours of me and not staying the night is because I want to show you that it is possible to travel and stay close to home and not need to spend the money on a hotel room or a flight or spend the time and money on a long drive. And it can be fun playing tourist at home. So with that in mind, in July, I'm going to spend a day in Raleigh, kind of showing you around, showing you what's there, what I would enjoy doing, which will probably include the Natural History Museum, maybe the regular History Museum. There is a speakeasy type restaurant and bar that I would like to go to that I think would be fun to show. And Raleigh is about 45 minutes from where I live. So it's not far at all. I can go there and spend the day, come home to my cats, and not have to, fly, mess with the airport, mess with a hotel room, all those things. So I'm really excited to get to do that for you in July. I don't know yet if I'm going to be doing anything in August, but there are some other cities and locations nearby that I do want to go check out and see and visit, not just for myself, but also for you, and to take you along with me. That includes Richmond, Virginia, Asheville, North Carolina, Boone, North Carolina. Charlotte would be a fun city to go to. And then I also want to go to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, because that is, sorry, Ohioans, it's the birthplace of flight. I have to say that because I live in North Carolina. Don't at me. Although you can at me in the comments if you disagree. If you're from Ohio and you think Ohio is the birthplace of flight, let me know down in the comments. And then there's also Columbia, South Carolina. I've never been there. I have no idea what's there. There's got to be something cool there, though. People live there, so there's got to be something there. Myrtle Beach. I've never been to Myrtle Beach. I've never been to Wilmington, North Carolina. So there's all kinds of places that I want to go and explore with the viewpoint of either doing an overnight trip or a one-day trip where I leave in the morning, I get home in the evening, and that's it. Because I think travel is about so much more than just going to exotic destinations or going to Europe or going to South America or going hiking or going to the opposite side of the country. There's so much more that you can do that is so close to home. And so I want to show that you can be a tourist at home and you can go and explore the city that you live in with new eyes and with open eyes, with travel eyes, and see it as though you don't live there and experience things that maybe you wouldn't do on a normal night out or a normal day out. So that's really my reason for doing these day trips in my own area. Plus they're cheaper. So yeah, so I don't have any local travel planned for August yet, but I do have a cruise planned. I'm so excited. I'm going on the Carnival Sunrise in August, and I'm going to Nassau, Princess Keys or Princess Cays, however you want to say it, and also Grand Turk. All three are new ports for me, and I'm excited for two of them. I'm excited for all three. Don't get me wrong. But so Nassau, I know it's not everybody's favorite port, so I'm gonna go see what it's all about. Sort of. I am doing a ship excursion. My husband gifted me a early/late birthday present. He gave me the money early so I can have the present after my birthday, because my birthday's right in the middle. Yeah, so he gifted me an excursion of going swimming with pigs because I wanted to do this it was last year or the year before. I think it was the year before. I wanted to do this in Roatan, but I read some not so great things about the resort that did it. So I opted not to do it that time because of the welfare of the animals. I wanted to be sure that I go someplace ethical. In Princess Keys, I'm not doing any excursion. I'm going to take my snorkel gear and do some snorkeling in their areas. They do have a couple of protected reef areas that are good snorkeling, hopefully. And then that's probably all I'll do there. I'm not much of a sit on the beach and relax kind of person, and my excursion on Grand Turk is exactly that. Sit on the beach and relax. So at Princess Keys, I'm going to do some snorkeling in the morning and then probably get back on the ship for lunch because I'm generally not impressed with private island buffet options. So I'll get back on the ship and have either a guy's burger, which is going to be way better than a burger I can get on the island or the resort, and or Blue Iguana, or the Italian place does lunches, I think, on port days. So I can go there and have a custom Italian dish made for me. So I have a lot more options on board than on the island, or at the resort, excuse me. It's Princess Keys is not its own island. It is a resort on an island in the Bahamas. From what I've seen, it's going to be pretty similar to Labadee, Royal Caribbean's private resort on Haiti, because there's not the big flashy stuff that like Perfect Day at Coco Cay has, which is fine, but sitting on the beach and doing nothing, it's not really for me. I might take a paper book and go sit in the shade and read for a little bit while I dry off, but there's only so much of that I can do before I'm, hangry and wanting a nap. So I will not be spending all day at Princess Keys. I will be back on the ship well before we take off at 3:30. And then in Grand Turk, I have an excursion that is an adult-only resort. So that's where I'll be getting my beach time. Well, and in Nassau too, because I think there's beach time after swimming with pigs. So I'll get plenty of beach time at Grand Turk, which will be my first time there. I'll probably take my snorkel gear just in case there's some good snorkeling on the beach that we go to. So that's exciting. So I have one sea day after that on the way back from Grand Turk to Miami. I did fly Southwest out of Miami, and I went ahead and booked the Carnival transportation from the Miami airport to the Miami port, because my hotel for the night before the cruise is a Miami airport, Hampton, I think. They have a shuttle, and so I'll get the shuttle from the airport to the hotel, and then in the morning from the hotel to the airport, and that way I don't have to spend anything on Ubers or Lyfts. It was actually cheaper to do the Carnival transportation than it was to do an Uber. So, I like to save a few bucks here and there as I'm able to. So when I booked the cruise, the the double occupancy rate was $289 per person, which is a fantastic rate. That's an inside room guaranteed, so you don't get to pick your room, but under $300 for a 5-day cruise is a pretty good deal. And I ended up going solo, so there's always a single supplement that makes it go higher, but that's fine. I knew that going in. I did invite my husband to come with me, but he opted not to go, so that's on him. With that really good deal of $289 per person, plus single supplement, I stuck with the guaranteed stateroom, inside stateroom, and I got vacation protection because I always get vacation protection. And then I prepaid gratuities because I always prepaid gratuities. I don't see those as an optional item. If you're going to budget for a cruise, budget for your gratuities. Don't cheap out on those. So after those two things were added in, plus the cruise fare, it came to under $1,000 for the cruise, which to me is not that bad. It's $200 a night rather, which figure hotel and meals all included, and going places, being on the ocean, win. I love it. It was a good deal for me. On top of that, though, I also got $500 of onboard credit. So onboard credit, if you don't know, is basically free money that the cruise line gives you. Sometimes when you book with a travel agent like I am, you can get onboard credit anywhere from $25 to $100 onboard credit. Those are the numbers that I've seen. This was a deal for folks who have sailed with Carnival before and have a VIFP number and booked before May 6th. You got $500 onboard credit, which was half of my fare, so that's a really great deal. So what I did with that $500 was I paid for my drinks package. I got the Cheers package, which is 15 alcoholic drinks per day, plus non-alcoholic drinks, which I thought I would be drinking that $500 anyway, and this actually makes it a little bit easier for me because I don't have to keep track of how much I'm spending on drinks. I like to go to the Alchemy bar and like start drinking down their list of drinks because they're all so good and sound so fancy, and I like me a fancy cocktail. Especially on vacation. So $412 and change went to the drinks package, and that included gratuities. And then I booked myself at the Fahrenheit 555 restaurant for the first night of the cruise. That is Carnival Steakhouse, which I have not eaten at and which I'm very excited to try. I had friends slash clients on a Carnival cruise in March, and they had the steakhouse meal and said it was phenomenal. So I'm really excited about that. And because I booked the steakhouse on the first night, I get a free bottle of wine, which I don't know how I'm going to drink all of this, but I don't know how I'm going to drink all this. I may not even get the free bottle of wine because I'm not that into wine right now, and I have the drinks package. We'll see. So the steakhouse was about $50 to book, and then on night 3 of the cruise, I booked at the Cucina del Capitano. Is that what it's called? It's something about the captain. I'll put the name of it here. But it is the Italian restaurant on board. Sunrise is small. It only has those 2 specialty restaurants that you can book in advance, plus bonsai sushi. So I booked the 2 that I could. Carnival Sunrise is a fairly small ship, so it only has the 2 pre-bookable restaurants, the steakhouse and the Italian restaurant. I've seen on YouTube that the Italian restaurant is really good, so I'm excited to try that too. So on this trip, we only have 1 sea day, and that's going to be the last full day of the cruise, and I have nothing planned. I'm going to sit around and read and have drinks, and that's it. I'm going to read and have drinks. It's going to be great, and eat. I'm going to eat because last time I was on board, I did not go to the cake buffet at all, and there is a cake buffet on the Sunrise. I think it might be on all Carnival ships. I haven't been on that many recently. I've been on one recently since the reopening after the pandemic. But I didn't go to the cake buffet at all. But there's a cake buffet with like 5 or 6 different cakes, and I didn't get to try any of them because I totally forgot about them. So this time, I'm going to remember them and go and try them, and I'll share that with you and let you know how they are. We don't have anything booked for that one yet because excursions on Virgin open after final payment date, I believe. So in this case, May 30th. So they open 4 months in advance. And so May 30th, I'm going to be starting to look at excursions for Puerto Plata specifically to see what what Virgin offers. And then their dining reservations don't open until 45 days before sailing, so that'll be mid-August that we'll start looking at that. In Bimini, for that one, I'm hoping I can get my friends together and get us all in a cabana, because I think they run $500 to $600, which is a lot if there's only 2 of you, but if there's 6 of you, I think it's kind of worth it. You have guaranteed shade, you have guaranteed seating, you have guaranteed plugs. You can plug in your phone and charge. And you get, I believe the last time I saw, you get a drinks credit. So you can start with a round of drinks included in the fee for the cabana. And then also you get a server who will run food and drinks to you. You don't have to stand in line or anything. You just ask them to bring it to you. So that sounds like a great deal to me. In addition, don't forget that I'm a travel agent, and if you want to book your own cruise, let me know. Email is in the description box, and we can get that booked for you. Let me know what travel you have planned. Leave me a comment down below and let me know where you're going. Or if you have a suggestion for where I should go that's within a 3 to 4 hour radius of Durham, North Carolina, leave it in a comment down below. I'd love to go visit, whether it's someplace that you've been and loved or someplace you're curious about and want to know more about. I'd love to check it out. And if you want to see some of my past travel experiences, check out this playlist. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.